How does the basket of goods impact inflation rate calculations? Have you ever wondered how economists measure inflation? One key tool they use is called the basket of goods and services. This basket is essential for calculating the inflation rate. It represents a fixed set of items that a typical consumer buys regularly. By tracking the price changes of these items over time, we can see how the overall price level shifts. The basket is not just randomly selected. It is constructed using detailed data about what consumers actually purchase. Researchers gather this information through surveys and spending diaries. They find out which goods and services people buy most often and how much they spend on each one. The basket includes a wide variety of categories like food, housing, transportation, medical care, and recreation. This variety reflects the different ways people spend their money. Each item in the basket is given a weight based on how important it is in the average consumer's spending. For example, if most people spend more on housing than on clothing, housing will have a larger weight in the calculation. This weighting is important because it means that price changes in categories where people spend more will have a bigger impact on the overall inflation rate. When the prices of items in the basket go up, the inflation rate increases. This indicates that people's purchasing power is decreasing. If prices fall, the inflation rate decreases, suggesting that purchasing power is improving. The basket remains fixed for a certain period, which helps statisticians measure price changes consistently. If the basket changed too often, it would distort the results. Over time, the basket does get updated, but only occasionally. This is done to reflected changes in consumer behavior and to include new products or technologies. These updates are necessary to keep the inflation measure accurate, but they are handled carefully to ensure that comparisons over time remain valid. The composition and weights of the basket directly affect how the inflation rate is calculated. If the basket includes too many items with rapidly rising prices, the inflation rate may appear higher than it really is. Conversely, if it does not include enough of those items, inflation might seem lower. Therefore, how well the basket represents actual consumer spending is vital for accurate inflation measurement. In essence, the basket of goods plays a key role in inflation rate calculations. It provides a structured way to track price changes over time, reflecting how the cost of living and purchasing power change for consumers. Understanding this basket helps clarify how inflation impacts our daily lives.